If you've ever walked away from a conversation thinking, why did I just agree to that? Yeah, you didn't get convinced. You got played. Not because you're stupid, but because you're too easy to influence. You don't say no. You don't push back. You don't pause to think. You just go along with it. And people notice that. They don't even need to be manipulators. They just see someone who won't resist. And they take advantage. So let's fix it. First, you don't say no clearly. You hesitate. You soften your words. You try to make it sound nice. I'll try. Maybe later. We'll see. That's not a no. That's an invitation. And people hear it like one. So they push more. Ask again. Add pressure. Until you give in. So keep it simple. Say no. No explanation. No long story. Just no. Because the more you explain, the more room you give them to convince you. Second, you confuse kindness with compliance. You think being a good person means saying yes, helping everyone, being available all the time, never disappointing anyone. But that's not kindness. That's self-neglect. Real kindness has boundaries. It knows when to give and when to stop. Because if you give without limits, people don't respect you more. They respect you less. Not because they're evil, but because you showed them. There's no cost to crossing you. Third, you react instead of thinking. Someone pressures you. You respond instantly. Someone makes you feel guilty. You agree quickly. Someone questions you. You start defending yourself. All emotional. No control. And that's where people win. Because manipulation works best on fast reactions. So slow down. Give yourself a second before responding. That small pause is where your power comes back. Fourth, you care too much about being liked. You don't want conflict. You don't want tension. You don't want people to be upset with you. So, you sacrifice your own comfort just to keep things smooth. But here's the truth. The more you try to be liked by everyone, the easier you are to control. Because now your decisions depend on other people's feelings. And once someone knows that, they can use it. So shift your mindset. Stop asking, will they like this? Start asking, do I respect this? That changes everything. Fifth, you don't trust yourself. So you look to others for direction. What should I say? What should I do? Am I wrong? And the moment you do that, you give away control. Because now your decisions aren't yours anymore. They're influenced. And influenced people are easy to manipulate. So start trusting your judgment, even if it's not perfect. Because confidence isn't about always being right. It's about not needing approval to act. Now listen carefully. People don't just randomly use you. They respond to what you allow. Your tone, your hesitation, your willingness to bend. That's what teaches people how to treat you. Not your words, your behavior. So if you keep feeling used, don't just blame them. Check what you're tolerating. Because that's where it starts. And that's where it ends. The moment you become clear, everything changes. You speak directly. You decide slower. You stop over-explaining. And suddenly, people stop trying you. Not because they became better, but because you became harder to move. That's the shift. You don't need to become rude. You don't need to become cold. You just need to become clear. Clear in your decisions. Clear in your boundaries. Clear in your energy. Because once people feel that, they adjust. Or they leave. Either way, you win. That's your everyday reality check. Insight isn't optional, it's necessary. Subscribe to Everyday Reality Check because someone had to say it.